Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. We are here today for a final flip through of these tag books that I put together, which are made from old photographic cards, cabinet cards, and or postcards that are attached at the sides. The one I'm going to do a detailed flip through is it's reserved for Colleen Easton, and I have 5 other ones that I will be going through more quickly at the end of this video that will be available in my Etsy shop. So let's have a look. So these are bound with 4 pieces of twine, and there's a bead inside to give about 1/4 inch room to add for the tags or the inserts. So these are all made with vintage cabinet cards, vintage sheet music, and there is a very large, beautiful snippet that is created with different printables, and Dave's Holly Christmas. This is a vintage paper napkin and a crocheted bit. It is attached with a large paper clip at the front, and we're going to move it to the side and we're going to open it. There are 2 things that are clipped with that same paper clip on the inside of this vintage cabinet card or photo card. Very old, naturally caramelized book page, old book page, and 2 different tags. This tag is made from an old French naturally caramelized book page, printables, Dave's printables, vintage button with a little, what I call a bobby pin closure, and I'm sorry, Carol, I don't know the actual name of this button. It's a no-sew button of some sort, and it is a vintage button. And this little tag topper, vintage lace and doily. I've shown how to make these in tutorials on my YouTube channel, and this is Vibe of Vintage, her slide specimen. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So this is a printable, different vintage laces, coffee dyed papers, and printables, front and back. And that just clips on here on the left hand side. These 1/4 inch beads allow for so your doors of your journal do not alligator. The right hand side, we have a paper snippet, and Colleen and I put this one because it had the church window and the little choir boys. And this is I use the printable from Dave's Kit, paper from Dave's Kit, vintage bag, or may not be a vintage bag, but it looks like a vintage printed bag, and some old sheet music, and it's double stitched on the back. And these are all vintage pieces that are attached. This is a vintage postcard because there are 2 staples at the top. And attached with a paper clip is on the other side, when you open it up, collaged with various 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds of book pages, all old book pages. And this is Dave's printable and a little reinforced bit with a reinforcer, craft paper, and sheet music. I've layered it with different old book pages and craft papers. This is coffee dyed, sorry, the last of my ivory sorry. And inside, I love this piece. This piece here, everyone is different in every tag book. I got this inspiration idea from Rosehill Cottage, and it is a piece of paper that's folded with 2 tags. So let me show you the piece of paper. In this particular one, it is, I printed this printable of Dave's on ivory paper and folded it up, crunched down the edge, and attached some old bits from a spine. And you have 2 tags, a smaller tag using Dave's printable, vintage pieces, painted wallpapers, and some printables. Coffee dyed, sorry, and we tuck the smaller one inside here. So this is a good journaling spot. You tuck this, maybe I'll put it over here. That's the smaller tag, and the larger tag is a book page, vintage book page on cardstock, sheet music, and part of Dave's printables, and some more printables, and that's sorry. Love these little bits at the bottom. And this goes in, this piece of paper forms a little pocket in here, and we can tuck the large tag in the top, and we lay it down. And I like how all of the ribbons, how they flow, and you can see different things poking out. And oh, there's twine that I will be wrapping around and tying up like this. So it'll come with a tie closure, but for the speed of this video, I didn't attach the twine. On the back, we have 2 tags that are clipped on as well. This very large tag is made with a time card, Dave's printables, Battenberg, of course, Dave's printables, old sheet music, more Dave's printables, and some what I thought maybe was a snowflake or a poinsettia. That same little bit at the top. And we are going to secure that with the paper clip. Love this other tag. Starts off with an old caramelized book page, some craft paper tucked in, and sheet music on top with craft paper, and a couple of Dave's printables. 1, 2, 3 of Dave's printables. Love this tag. And it gets tucked inside here. So this would make a great little gift. I will post them this week, hopefully, for whoever purchased them on Etsy. And let's have a look at the numbers that are available. So this one's for Colleen. I'm going to put that away. And what's different are the original. This is number 1. Oh, I know we can see whatever. Can we see this? Yes, I'm going to just stick it here. Number 1. So number 1, I'm not going to take everything off. I'm going to go through it quickly. So it's a little bit darker. This cabinet card. This is a large one. 1, 2, 3 are the larger cabinet cards that I have in the back. And when I say larger, let's just measure the cabinet card in the back. It's 7.5 inches tall, the cabinet card. Similar type, 2 tags clipped to the front. Similar on the inside. This cabinet card is lighter, so it's a little different. Just similar papers. The printables from Dave's Printables are different, and the piece of paper for this is different because there were 8 different collages, and I used one different one for each of the tag books I created. And yes, so the little images I used are a little different. And this is the back. Some of the backs are a little different. And those are virtually the same. And I think these are virtually the same, the backs. So I don't have to take the backs off. So what you'll notice difference is maybe the darker cabinet cards That's number 1. Number 2 is, at a glance, they all look similar because they are. This is a little bit lighter, number 2. This is a large one as well. That back is 7.5. Very similar, very similar, similar. What's different is the printable on the back of these tags. This little piece of paper is different. This is a little different. This one in here. So it's mainly this page might be a little different, and this is different. And the back, virtually the same. Oh, this is a train ticket on the side of the collage, but it's the same hymnal sheet music. So that's number 2. Number 3, still 7.5. Nice beige photo frame. Virtually the same, and it's all vintage inside. This paper is a little different. Tags inside are, again, just the printable of Dave's is a little different on the inside one. Little different because of the cabinet card, but they're all original cabinet cards or original postcards. And on the back, yes, it's the same like the first one I saw. So that's number 3. Then we have 2 small ones. This is number 4. When I say small, in overall height, it's still 8 inches. A little bit more with these little bits that hang out. But the actual cabinet card is 6 inches tall. So you have the nice brown. Similar. This is very beautiful. This is Calgary, Alberta, which is a city in the province of Alberta. Just love that. Gorgeous. And this is the other foldable. Just love how this is. And the saris are a little different. It's in the back. So it's just, it's a page from a magazine or newspaper of April 1920. So love how that is. That's all vintage collaged on the back. This is number 4, and the 5th one is this one here. So 5 will be available in Etsy. A little bit different. Beautiful. All vintage collaged with. Same with this. Vintage collaging. Dave's printables on the back of all of these. And this is the other page of Dave's. Gorgeous. Look at that. Just love that. Absolutely love that. So, and that's all vintage. And the back. Train ticket, I guess. Yeah. We have the hymnal and the Canadian Pacific Engineers ticket. So all 5 of these will be in my Etsy shop. Vintage stores don't care how big your thing is. They charge per frame. So they are going to be the same price in my Etsy shop. So 5, 4, and I'll zoom out so you can have a look and see. They're very, very similar. The back of these larger cabinet cards are a little bit wider. So yes, they are a little bit wider. So you're going to get a scrappy look of my area. Has number 5, and you're on a light, so I hope I don't jerk you here. So you can see how they are really quite similar. Really quite similar. Okay. And they will be in the Etsy shop. There's a link in my description box, and there's a V. And if you're watching this in YouTube, click on that little V, and there'll be a description box opening up, and it'll give you a link into my Etsy store. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Dave, for allowing me to be part of your design team, and I'll update you a little bit more on what's going to be happening on my YouTube channel and then maybe a next video. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Bye for now.